Now we are going to discuss various applications of counters. Right. So first application is to count the number of times a certain event take place. Right, that is an very means intuitive application of the counter. That means we want to count the number of times a particular event has been occurred, take place. Okay, so how we can implement in a circuit for this particular task? That is very simple here. You will use a counter. You will use a counter here. Okay. The control signal would be either up or down. So this would be a control signal to the counter. Will it count up or down, right? Clock would be there, and of course there would be clear and load, right? Clear and load control signal. Okay, and there would be an output terminal count. Now the output of this counter will be fed to comparator, right? Will be fed to a comparator. So this would be your n bit output. This will be fed to comparator. Comparator. We have discussed how we can implement a comparator using the combinational logic. This is the number by which we want to compare this one. So suppose if we want to check that if a particular event has been occurred for n times, okay, so this would be your that n here, right? And the occurrence of the counter, can you analyze where we will apply? Suppose if a particular event has been occurred and we want to count that, so what we will do, we will, okay, there should be another control signal CNT, right, count enable, and we will apply the occurrence of the event on that signal, right? Occurrence of the event. So suppose we want to count that a particular pattern has been occurred for a certain amount, right? We have discussed how we can implement a sequential system for that kind of application. So whenever a particular pattern will occur, the counter will jump to the next state, right? That is the task of the count control pin. So that's how we can implement it. We can use a counter, we can use a comparator, and then we can check that a particular event has been generated for this number or not, right? And then we can check what is the output of this comparator. It is greater, smaller, or equal. So in case of equal, we will say okay, that particular event has been occurred for n times. Fine. So this is a very intuitive applications of a counter. Second application of a counter might be to control a fixed sequence of actions in a digital system. Okay. What is the objective here? We want to perform certain actions in a sequence, right? And how we can do it with the counter. Okay. So first of all, let me discuss that this is the scenario here. There are these types of incidents. The first action is clear. Next action is input A. Next action is input B. Next action is, let's say, compute something. Next is produce output, right? So suppose these are the 5 instructions we want to perform, and these 5 instructions should be done in a sequence, right? how we can implement this operation of the sequence in a sequence using the counter. Okay, so first of all we will use this module as a decoder, right? This module would be decoder. What is the task of the decoder? If there are n inputs, there would be 2 to the power n outputs. There would be 2 to the power n outputs, and it will, one of the output line will be enabled. One of the output line will be one corresponding to the input, right? So suppose if we have applied 0 1 0, that decodes 2, so the second line will be 1, right? Second output line will be 1, so only one output line will be 1 corresponding to the input. Fine. Now we will use counter here, and the output of the counter we will apply here. So suppose so this would be a modulo 8 counter, fine. We are going to represent a counter like this one, modulo 8 counter, modulo 16 counter, and so on. Fine. Other control signals would be same. Okay, I am skipping those control signals, but now you can analyze what will happen. This counter, modulo counter, will, okay, now only there are 5 okay, this would be 0 1 2 3 and 4. There are only 5 states, so you have to implement a 0 to 4 or modulo. Okay, modulo 8 is given to you, but you have to implement a modulo, okay, modulo 5 counter. Fine. We have already discussed how you will do it. Fine, so I am not going to discuss in detail. Given this modulo 8 counter, you have to implement a modulo 5 counter. What will happen? It will count from 0 to 4, and it will first produce 0, then 1, then 2, then 3, and then 4, and it will do it sequentially. So first the 0th operation will be performed, then the first, then second, third, and fourth, and hence that's how we can implement a sequence of operations using the help of a counter and a decoder.